Moving on to number 3, public hearing, groundwater sustainability agency formation, or a GSA, presented by Ben Moody. Oh, wait a minute, after he presents it, then I'll do that. Yeah, okay,
Good evening.
trying to remember stuff.
Mayor Cleveland, members of the council. The item I have before you is in regards to the establishment of a GSA, a Groundwater Sustainability Agency. In 2015, SIGMA, the Sustainable Groundwater Agency for Management Act, came into play through the state, which requires local agencies to basically manage groundwater within their jurisdictions. With that act, they set timelines for implementation of various components. One of the big things is the establishment of these groundwater agencies in the Sutter subbasin where we fall. If you see the map on the left, there's a red line at the top, cuts across the buttes here. This area west of the Feather River in Sutter County is the Sacramento Valley Groundwater Basin Sutter Subbasin. So we fall within that basin and have to comply with the state SIGMA Act. And so in order to give us the flexibility going forward to control and to have a seat at the table on how those requirements are implemented, the city recommends forming a GSA, becoming our own groundwater sustainability agency, and then we partner with the other agencies in our basin to come together for a plan on how to manage our resources. And so this is one of the multiple steps. In December, we came to you to discuss submitting an alternative groundwater plan to the state to help meet the requirements of the law. And this is another requirement that needs to be done before June 30th, 2017. So with that, the process to become a groundwater sustainability agency is to conduct a public hearing, notice it in the paper, have it open to the public, and to adopt a resolution, submit it to the state, and they verify the boundaries with the adjacent GSAs, and that we meet the compliance. So fiscal costs, a lot of the cost is unknown at this time. A lot of it's been staff time at this point. There has been approximately $8,300 out of the $240,000 of the total share to submit the alternative plan has gone in. Going forward, there's going to be staff time annually, plus additional analysis and ordinance updates to comply with the law. So at this time, we don't really have a grasp of that. As being part of this, forming the GSA, in the water code, it does allow a GSA to pass on costs. So that is one of the reasons why it's beneficial to form as a GSA. So in a year from now, when we look back and have to determine what those costs are and those responsibilities, the GSA has the authority to do that. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from members? I do have a little bit here because when I was at the county, there were AB 3030 was the original iteration of this kind of coming our direction, having to do with groundwater sustainability, and it said that the current GSAs or whoever was a water provider had to do the reporting, and they tried to get the county to do it. They weren't a GSA or whatever it was called at that time, so they were not qualified to do that. So since then, they've made major changes to this process, and they are making Sutter County be the reporter for most of the county. And so I don't know, are we going to be the independent report to the state, or are we also going to be putting ours into Sutter counties, and then they will send the whole report to them? How is that going to work?
So the county is the default for the areas in white that aren't covered in an agency.
Right.
So if you're a water provider or you're a local agency, you could establish your boundaries. So there's reclamation districts,
Right.
The city limits, but this area in white, it will fall as a de facto back to the county. And so, but as forming as a GSA, we are a player where we all have to get together and agree on the terms of our plan that gets submitted to the state.
Okay, because I know they were trying to make it to where cities and everybody had to send it to a clearinghouse, basically the county, and the county would send them all at one time. So I guess they've changed that. So, and I actually like the way it is now than what they had planned before. Thank you. With that, I'll open the public session. Any comments or concerns or stuff from anybody in the public? Seeing none, close the public session, bring it back to the council, and looking for action.
Move to approve staff's proposal, please.
Okay, a motion. Can I have a second for that?
Second.
Okay. Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
It's basically one of those things we're kind of being forced to do.